They say spring has sprung, and if you've missed the summer body train, well, please don't do anything extreme that could put your health at risk. Experts say there's still a chance, though, for you to catch up, but you have to make some tough decisions. The cold beer and burger might not be something you should be having right now. To just discuss how you can make some lifestyle changes to achieve your body goals, I'm joined now by health and wellness expert Ronald Abvajee, who joins me now for that conversation. Ronald, I was told that you are here to set me straight. The body, what do they call it? The summer body is still something that's achievable. Firstly, what do we mean when we say summer body? What does it entail? Does it mean all ribbed and six-pack, or is it just for the average person just feeling good and liking what you see when you look in the mirror?
Oh, how times have changed.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, it was all about, the beach body, getting the 8-pack on point and, looking good, the aesthetic appeal of fitness and health. But what time has now brought to us and our experience after the pandemic is that the intrinsic health is a lot more important than the extrinsic.
Sure.
When the intrinsic is okay, the extrinsic will follow. When the intrinsic is motivated, the extrinsic will achieve the aesthetic benefit. So summer body in a nutshell is about being in vibrant health and as phenomenal shape for whatever that is for you. And round is not a shape.
Round is not a shape. Given that we are now at the tail end of September, and many people, ideally would want to have this feeling, intrinsic and extrinsic, by the time they go for their summer holidays or something like that. What can be done at this point?
There's so much you could do. The first thing you do is don't set a goal. Goals often...
Don't set a goal,
Don't set a goal.
Okay.
The science and the research has shown us that when we set goals, especially when it comes to our bodies and our health and our fitness, the motivation of that goal is not correct, which means when it comes to January the 1st, the spring of September, and then December, you're constantly making the same goal. You're falling off the wagon. You actually need to have a vision of what a healthy, a fit, a strong, a sexy body should be for you. And when you have that vision, you can pull micro goals in play, but the fundamental base is a vision. So the vision for you might want to be is, I want to be in decent shape. I just want to have my mkaba rolling off and my spacheche out wide. And then, once you have that in play, that's your motivation, you then bring in micro habits. Movement, 10 to 20 minutes a day, healthier eating consistently to give you not just a habit for today, but to build a habit for tomorrow and next year and the year thereafter.
Yeah. Talk to me about the intrinsic. How do you get that started? Because, many people will battle with the extrinsic and also issues such as getting into those routines you just mentioned. But what about the internal? How do you sort that right? And what do we mean by that?
When you look at the internal, you're talking here about factors that you can control. Factors in your mind and factors within your emotions. So it's really about identifying that vision, number one, and then two is doing the self-work. So why do you want to achieve it? What's the purpose of achieving it? Is it because you went through issues from the past and when you were younger and, you were body shamed for being a little bit of the baby fats? Is it because you were never an athlete? Is it because now you just want to be, be part of the it crowd, whatever it may be part of the fashion crowd that's wearing, whatever fashion, skinny jeans, etc. And when you begin to work on that, it takes the mindfulness and it takes the work to become mindful. And that means owning your flaws, accepting the strength, building the strengths and not neglecting the flaws, but building them up and having that positive self-talk. And when you do that internal work of you actually empower yourself with a master key of wellness to achieve optimal well-being.
Yeah. Do you advocate for signing up at the gym? Because what tends to happen is that you have people who have not been gym members all along, and spring comes around and suddenly there's talk of summer bodies and et cetera, and the gyms know this and they will target us. You'll be scrolling on your Facebook and then we join today and you get a discount. Is that a good idea at this stage, or should you leave that for when you are good and ready?
You should do whatever works for you. I'm an advocate of your body is your gym. So I only go to gym half an hour twice a week if I want a change of scenery. Besides that, I utilize my body for strength training, cardio, flexibility at home without any other equipment.
Yeah, but that's hard, Ronald.
Of course it's hard. I didn't say it was going to be easy. You didn't ask me for an easy solution. If you want an easy solution, we get glad wrap, we wrap it up, and then we go walk and we sweat it out, right?
Yeah.
But I'm talking here
Because
about
the motivation will last a good, 3 days at most. And by next week, I'm no longer doing those push-ups and everything else that you're talking about.
But that motivation is going to be cheaper than paying a gym membership fee without going, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So the impact on your wallet will be felt.
Yeah.
So when you look at this thing, the motivation is always the thing, which is why I'm saying the fundamental base is a vision. And when you bring in whatever works for you, that could be playing with your dog, going out with your friends, walking in a park, finding something that works for you. And if it is going to a gym, go to gym. But find what works for you, because if you don't look after your biology, your biology cannot look after you.
Lastly, speaking of looking after your biology, what about such things as gut health and undertaking those cleanses that people do from time to time? Does that work?
Your body is an amazing machine, and it's got its own detox mechanisms, its own cleansing mechanisms. And the only need that we have to cleanse the system is because you're putting junk in.
Yeah.
So don't put junk in, and you won't have to cleanse the system or detox. But if you do have to, follow one where it is not a long-term solution, but a shorter-term solution that allows you just to find that equilibrium to bring you back down to basics and cut out junk. That's the biggest thing.
All right. Thank you. I do believe you may have gone some way in setting me straight. I don't know. We'll have to see the results in December or in January.